Chapter 238, Academy times 2. The Oji-sama absolutely gave it his all. Against the overwhelming difference in status, he was able to close the gap with willpower alone. I'd never expect him to hold out that much, to the extent that it's a bit of a shame for him to be left in a world like this. To the end, he always did his best and was cut down by Ogre-kun. I'll just say that his last moments were beyond splendid. What's curious is Ogre-kun, as it seems that his end his sanity instantly recovered. It seems he's not actually been completely swallowed up by wrath yet. Maybe even now it's still possible for him to turn back to how he was. Though saying that, I got no idea how, though. It's possible that Kuro would know, but he's all sealed up, though. Sorry, Ogre-kun, there's nothing I can do for you. Good luck. With such feelings, I'm leaving Ogre-kun alone for a while. The other problems are the Human Academy and the Demon Academy. At the Demon Academy, I guess you could say that the problem is the vampire girl building a reverse harem and then sucking their blood. The impression I got is that when she's sucking their blood, they're being mesmerized by hypnotism or something. Somehow, the ones who have their blood sucked don't remember, it seems. In that case, well, is there a problem? The vampire girl is a vampire after all. Being a vampire basically means having to suck blood, you know? If anything, until now she's been sucking too little instead. Apart from what I made her drink, she hasn't ever drunk anything on her own. Going in hand with her body's growth, having her instincts as a vampire also blossomed in that respect. For some reason or another, the act of sucking blood has a sense of being erotic, so it seems plausible that around the time of puberty that changes will occur. Well, either way, I guess it's faster to act directly. Blood? Yes, I'm sucking it. She gives a light reply with a sense of, what of it? Somehow I get no even without asking. Vampire girl, it's your debut as a genuine vampire. That's what the light reply indicates. In short, compared to vampire girl's human consciousness, her vampire consciousness has become the stronger one. The soul is pulled by the body. Even with the same soul, if the body changes and the soul lives for a long time in that body, then the soul will be pulled along and will also change gradually. Vampire girl used to be human, but now she's vampire. She has her memories of when she was still a human, with such instincts remaining as well, but she's living as a vampire. Obviously her soul will become more vampire than human. For a vampire girl, her way of thinking as a vampire is already strong. Her resistance to sucking blood has gone away. Think of her sucking the blood of her reverse harem members as being on the level of an afternoon snack. She sure has fallen. In this, maybe I am also a part of the reason why. For the vampire girl to have awoken her vampire consciousness to be this natural, maybe compared to when she was human, there was too big of a divergence. From when she was young, she has been trained by me, and her soul has been continuously upgraded after all, so it was just too big a change compared to when she was human, and most of her old self is now gone. Well, there's no harm in it. Since she was actually born as a vampire, she has to live her whole life as a vampire after all. If she had her human consciousness around forever, it would just get in the way after all. Compared to the time when I once worried about Mara having total awareness as a vampire and acting on it many times, better I'd say. Basically, do it even more. So for the vampire girl, all is well. Sensei, on the other hand, seems to be meeting with someone. To Sensei's side is the body that Potamus is operating. It sure seems that he's up to something in the country called the NRH Kingdom. Well, I don't know the exact details involved. It's clearly nothing decent. I gotta strengthen the monitoring. I make my clones secretly pursue after those two. Their destination is the royal castle of all things. In a room in the royal castle, Sensei and Potamus meet with two children. When Sensei has given a self-introduction, I think it's common courtesy to give your name as well, you know. Excuse me, I'm the fourth prince of this country, Shurin Zagan Honorage. I'm the eldest daughter of the Duke Anibald, Katrina Seri Anibald. Well, those two are the ones I'd marked as possibly being reincarnators, since I had prioritized Sensei. Right, yeah. I hadn't looked too deeply into the royal castle, so it feels like things have developed in an unexpected direction in an unexpected place. As for why I've not looked too deeply into the royal castle, there's one other reason. I see. A prince and a duchess, is it? How nice. I'm so in moe. What? Okay. It can't be. Oka-chan? You mustn't use chan on Sensei, you know, but you're right. Did she always talk like that? Fucking Christ. Confirmed. Reincarnating as a prince and a duchess, huh? What's with you being winners in life from the moment you're born? What about me who was born as a spider monster in a labyrinth? Discrimination much? So, would you mind telling me your names from your previous lives, then? I'm Yamada Shunsuke. I'm Oshima Kanata. I unconsciously choked. What you playing at, D? Hey, Oshima-kun, what's with the sex change? Well, since he was reborn, I guess a change of gender isn't that strange, but still. But this, D totally did it on purpose, right? Eh? Sensei, this isn't the time to be going, I'm so moe, it's a big problem. What are we going to do about this? Well, there's nothing that can be done, though. What type of person was Okishima-kun again? I remember. There was one time he confessed to me. Well, to be precise, it was to Wakabahiro, though. That memory isn't a particularly happy memory, though. Oshima-kun came to confess with the assumption that he'd been completely rejected, you know? After being shot down, he easily withdrew, saying, I figured as much. However, perhaps that was unfortunate for Oshima-kun, which was that part from this point, D kept an eye out on him. Gender identity disorder is not quite what it was, but Oshima-kun wasn't really interested in the opposite sex. Boys are wild beasts. In comparison, Oshima-kun had little desire for such things. The full realization of that came from observing him after the confession. The way in which he looked at girls was different to the other boys. In addition, I suspect that Oshima-kun himself was aware of just how abnormal he was in comparison. That is why he confessed to Wakabahiro with the assumption of being rejected. He wanted to establish the fact that he was rejected by a girl, thus he chose the one who'd most definitely reject him. If he established the fact that he'd confessed, he would then be able to conceal his abnormality of not being interested in girls. If he's rejected, then there's no need to go dating either. It's then convenient instead. It was a hopeless confession from the start, and unsurprisingly, he was completely rejected. He created that situation. It's sure not that pleasant of a feeling. In short, even though he wasn't in love at all, it's the case that I was used to be confessed to after all. Even if that wasn't actually me, I still actually have the memory of that. Did both D and I have the same feelings, I wonder? In that case, maybe Oshima-kun had his gender swapped as a bit of a harassment. I'm sure that D is more capable of doing that. More than capable. That being said, it's certainly the case that D takes a special perspective on things, you know? Even if that's treating someone as a plaything, I wouldn't be surprised if she trained that strange skill, you know? Commence strict monitoring of the target or something. And then there's one more person I'm worried about, Yamada-kun's little sister. In this country, originally there were 3 people who I had marked as possibly being reincarnators. Born at almost the same time, the 3 people who were called geniuses. Though it's the case that 2 of them were actually reincarnators. The last person was excluded by Sensei. She'd probably investigated by using the ruler authority, I guess. Though she's not a reincarnator, she's a genius rivaling a reincarnator. I'm worried. I guess I should investigate that little sister a bit. Yep, okay. Translator's talking about this. I don't know. I did not know that was a thing that happened. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of annoying. I don't hope she doesn't talk often now, because I don't want to keep doing that voice style. There's a cool chapter though. Again, we're just learning more things. Oh man. What chapter did they say that was from? Chapter S11. I might go back and read that just so I can get a better idea of who, because I don't remember who Potamus was pretending to be at that time, because I honestly I don't remember them meeting up like that, really. Like, I know they met, but I don't remember that specific scene. Or somebody can tell me. Yeah, somebody tell me. Somebody explain things. I like when people explain things.